Yinarai assassini airport in Timaye Moja Nananum Shegu Edigu on my ye.
It's here for me mo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. Still on a year health minister in Sensemwa Aba Ghana for Akache President Akufo Addo say health minister idie yen sake no still yen hu hwe no ekuo baako a eya na Ghana for abom echi pa Occupy Ghana na die nti Ghana for abom echi ne say embra na NDC ewa aban mu no na sabi pin eto fom kra na Occupy Ghana for ebeba abonten aba abekasa. They were very vibrant, just like most civil society groups and most religious groups no. MPP by na ensembe breko so a yente Occupy Ghana for nka. In fact, na nse ya na news bi kra nam say the enti ane yente Occupy Ghana for nka ne say womo founders no, one of omo founders no wenya ejuma kese bi chese President Akufo Addo ama na ejuma kese bi a wo ye ewo say MMPC you said yen baby gold some mineral gold ne minerals just say a bank company a ehwe gold and minerals so na ye say nipa ko na nya adwuma wo ye wo ho nti e man krofo kra de ka say say ntia e na Occupy Ghana na nsen ye nti omonken na so Occupy Ghana for e wo mwankasa wo official website, as you can see right here, occupyghana.com. aba bonten aba bekasa ewo sa health minister nsensem we so wo mo kire se asem we die dabraka asem we die sebe ebro adwen ene ntiase so nti health minister no was say yitumi epame no. Now if you don't know what we are talking about, if today is your first time here, now we nim the ekoso amachetre mu sa o de come videos nimu Ubehu the old post I may make it on this particular issue. Obetiasie. Now let's go to Occupy Ghana for Nkrata Wamo Ediaba Bonte. Now we heading na Wamo ama. Occupy Ghana calls for resignation or dismissal of health minister and for parliament to stop abdicating its responsibility under Article 1815. Now, yebeko nsem nimu na brofo kesia womo yusu wo hono yati asie. Now, this letter ended 9th August ena eba yenche endi 1 hour kra ena maybe read the atremono. Occupy Ghana press statement. I say Occupy Ghana calls for resignation or dismissal of health minister and for parliament to stop abdicating its responsibility under Article 1815. As the Occupy Ghana has seen a copy of the report of the ad hoc committee to investigate the procurement contract between the government of the Republic of Ghana and His Highness Sheikh Ahmed Dalmouk Al Maktoum and SL Global for the supply of Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccines dated August 2021. We have also seen the 3rd August 2021 letter from the Ministry of Health addressed to the chairperson of the ad hoc committee titled Submission of Further Information to the Ad hoc Committee on the Procurement of Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccines. Now, the first and the opening paragraph in somewhere one more air can and say, Womweni abo reporter committee etena say yen hwehwemu emfa sa coronavirus edro wein pensempensemu aba trese ye twe na basa no Occupy Ghana for say womweni abosa nkrata ne so na no ho asem e no wo mo ba beken wo mo san so say womweni asan so abo nkrata bia last week Ministry of Health etroye ekoma committee no Ministry of Health e kan say oh yeah the more information eba through sa nkrata we sa nkrata ne de yen public no ye ni amboso. Now also I will say it is clear to us from the above that the health minister entered into an international business transaction and paid or supervised the payment of monies under the transaction without parliamentary approval, without cabinet approval, without public procurement authority approval, or ratification and without the endorsing advice of the Attorney General. Now, Occupy Ghana say, clear to them say, Ministry of Health, sa international business transaction ya wokoye ye. One parliament ankoje approval. Say parliament anka say okay, kona koye. Wanko cabinet, ama cabinet anka say kona koye. Public Procurement Authority approval krano. Wanko ankoje. Inti wobi eni hwa wo endorse no. In fact, Attorney General kra trese Attorney General eye Ghana. Ye lawyer asemba Attorney General enobejine echi no krano. Ono krano wan endorse sa activity ya Ministry of Health ordinity ekoshie Also, we do not think that the emergency situation created by the pandemic and the agency constituted sufficient reasons to bypass all of these steps that are required by law. As Parliament has indicated, it would have acted with the speed and urgency that the emergency required had the request for approval been made to it. Now, Minister of Health, Honorable Ajima Menu, Embra wako Parliament Committee so a yako ebisano nsensem ewade we ho no asem a wakan say o de nti a wanko nkrofo we nyina wanko Parliament anko cabinet anko siki the endorsement of Attorney General ni na PPA wanko mo ho ne say na opentem senya na yawe no ekuma mansan ni nti no na ne yem hyehye no na opentem akwakoto eduro na aba ena Occupy Ghana for ka say in fact Ghana Parliament no ye were emergency way of passing and approving deals and no sa day na coronavirus esi ye Ghana busia bia ye kwagege ye e wo mbrofofo ho no it went through that similar thing until you can't use that excuse to me use that excuse no because so the Parliament now ko kan say e emergency as just one day na wo mo be pass am asemo a Occupy Ghana e kan no. Also, we are further struck that although payment was made under the transaction, the minister said he did not know about it, as at when he testified before Parliament. Contrary to this claim, the health minister was copied in the letter from the 31st March 2021 letter from Acting Controller and Accountant General to the Bank of Ghana, requesting Bank of Ghana to make the advance payment to Al Maktoum from the Health Ministry's account. That letter also referred to a 25th March 2021 letter from the Ministry of Finance, obviously authorizing the payment, and which have been copied to the Health Minister. Now, Health Minister no echo Parliament no. Wakwa akwaka se wono de yentie sike bia nanso Parliament no reports or the abanetre se Health Minister no be try entro. Na ebi mo kan se wo ebia na Health Minister no wonim. And na Occupy Ghana for air can say one weni abon krata bi so as far back as March 31st March. So that time the Acting Controller and Accountants General etro and krata ekoma Bank of Ghana because me mamoti as say Bank of Ghana confirm say ye disikano akwa akotua nkrofo and asisi a ye say Finance Minister won konkoji skano. It ye say as far back as March enkrata ye tro ya ye ka so okay nkrofo ye pese ye tua omo ansa ye kwaji eduro no sa enkrata no ye copy the Health Minister ye ka se obi tro nkrata copy obi a na trese won so won sabe ka nkrata ni bi Occupy Ghana for so sanso ka se in fact as far back as 25th March krano Ministry of Finance enso etro enkrata bi a Health Minister ye copy no a ye ka se yama approval se ye kwa akutieska nti eba ne sen ena ende ye wo August ana July August mu a minister no wo beka se wonno de wonim se ye tuae clearly ye pedri we chantro under oath ye tron krata ma no se ye tua March months later wo beka se wo de ye ntua sika enye ntro ena wutwa nti Occupy Ghana for nsem a wo mo kan no se they are struck not as asem na bom so wo mo dwen ho a wo mo ntia ase. Also, it is unbelievable that at each of these stages of payment request, the accompanying supporting documents did not include the approvals mentioned above. It beggars believe that the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Finance, Controller and Accountant General and Bank of Ghana would pay out government monies without seeing or demanding to see any of the stated approvals. Or say, Omodwen wa wa monti ase. Sa Ghana yebetua sika we yakwa koma nkrofo we. Wo hwe Accountant General, Bank of Ghana, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Finance asikane na form nsem no, wo mun seek approval from Parliament. Into wo mun na wo mo ya ade we, wo mun nim pefesa ade we ya ye enye. Nanso wo mo koso a eye. Or say it is on the basis of the foregoing that we demand that the health minister resigns from office. Even if he meant well under emergency circumstances, those did not justify bypassing our constitutional and statutory processes. If the health minister does not resign of his own accord, then we call on the president to relieve him of his post. I must say, and I'm in some way in health minister no won't resign it. Now say one no can resign here. And the president Akufo Addo so one no and sack a health minister because Nini Nechino a president Akufo Addo and a war appointed or so dismiss it. Also, while calling for his resignation, we also believe that Ghanaians ought to be told which other officials were involved in processing and paying the monies without demanding and seeing the requisite approvals. Those officials ought to be similarly sanctioned. Also, Ghanaians should be told when we expect to receive a full refund of the outstanding amount from the recipients. Inti Occupy Ghana for someone one more can say, I say, health minister no yedi niti aba beto na ye nyina yede aba ebo niti. But wo muhwemu a nkrofo bebre na ehye saa deal we ase a e wasa ye yi wo moto na Ghana fo hu ne se asomesi waka ho bi. So ye Flagstaff House and the pakone sha yen yi ne to, so ye minister yen yi ne to, we ye public servant yen yi ne to. Into wo mo a wo mo share deal na ase bia no, wo bia ntwe ne timpie because wo hwe bibi say na enya health minister ne pe e no be ye bibi say. Wo wi no sanso ka se ye sika no wo mo mbra mbe kantre yen time a wo mbe kwa kwaje ni na aba. Also further, this incident and several others before it bring again into sharp focus the refusal, neglect or failure of Parliament to enact the law that will clarify Article 1815 as demanded by the Constitution itself. Article 1815 of the Constitution applies its loan approval procedures involving parliamentary approval to international business and economic transactions in the following terms. Also, this article shall, with the necessary modifications by Parliament, apply to an international business or economic transaction to which the government is a party as it applies to a loan. Emphasis, ours. Clearly, although the framers of the Constitution wanted such transactions to have parliamentary oversight just as loans, they anticipated that some modifications would be necessarily required to make them opposite, and therefore empowered Parliament to take legislative action in that regard. It cannot be seriously contended that Parliament has not found that there are any modifications are required. The facts show that Parliament's inaction has left a huge gap in our governance structure, allowing ministers to do as they please, and sadly ceded this important lawmaking function to the Supreme Court. Now, I say, Article 185 now, a trese Ghana ye international deal bi na was say a Parliament no, but yes na e was say nkrofo asebe saa de no wo mwendi so no ye twe omo aso ya se assembly say yaba na Parliament entumi ngina so entwe minister na so na ase assembly ye wi a ne yakwa akogya ato Supreme Court so bibia ne yakwa akogya ato Supreme Court so na enya ade a eboa wo man Ghana yi. Also, thus, based on the accident of litigation, the Supreme Court has been compelled not only to interpret Article 1815, but to make rules governing its application, something Parliament should have done, thus in cases such as Attorney General versus Faro Atlantic, Clomegan versus Attorney General versus Balkan Energy, and Amidu versus Attorney General. The Supreme Court has been practically compelled to legislate on this matter and lay down the conditions for it, a constitutional function that Parliament has clearly abdicated, particularly in Attorney General versus Balkan Energy, one can literally feel the desperation of the Supreme Court as it was compelled to imply the word major into Article 185 and define that term as it felt appropriate. The court added, "We do agree with the defendant that it's a old case bia womo keka womo etre, but assembly ne tintini ni tiete mu an say adia minister na akwa akoye e was a minister na resign. One resign ya President Akufo Addo e was a wasake no. It's been months and it's been close to a month and now over a month and the same way by up till now the health minister is still at post. I don't know what the president is waiting for. But someone occupy Ghana for so air canon. Montre your comment box ni mo medase.